Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you. My name is Omar El Rashid, and I am here to share with you some good news. Alhamdulillah, there are available resources for people who are struggling, especially for Muslims who are struggling with depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder. And the reality is that there are many people who have been taking the survey in order to help. And a lot of people, I've been reviewing the responses, and I wanted to share with you some of the things that I've been seeing from a lot of the community. You know, I'll be honest with you, when I first designed the survey, I wasn't really sure whether people were going to answer, whether people were going to get involved, whether people were going to be a part of this. And I thought that, well, you know, worst case scenario, nobody answers, and it's something that I designed and something that I worked on, but it doesn't have any fruit. But I was overwhelmingly joyed at the fact that there were so many people who took the time, responded, and shared what they're struggling with. And that to me is a sign that people are looking for help. There were a few responses that I received, and I thought it was very interesting that they mentioned there's a question in there that asks, are you ready? Are you at a point in your life where you want to take action to feel better? And 70% of people answered that they did. But that there were some people who mentioned, and even with that, less than half of the people actually provided contact information because they said, you know, I just don't feel like I'm going to be able to get any better. I've been trying everything. I've done so much in my life trying to feel better, and I don't know that anything is going to work. They had lost hope. And I wanted to share with you that, you know, I was very much in a similar situation. You know, I can remember when I was 7 years old, I was diagnosed with depression at that point. My diagnosis later changed to bipolar. But I was diagnosed with depression. I was bullied in school. My parents were going through a very nasty divorce. I didn't have much hope. But I told Allah, I told God, I said, oh Allah, I promise you that if you show me a better way to live my life that will make me feel better and get me out of this mess, I promise you I will follow it. And years went by, and I struggled with the ups and downs, suicide attempts, many other things going on in my life. And I finally found a better way. And I found that way, the beginning of this process was when I was around 16 years old. And I started to delve into the depths of psychology and sociology and all of these other worlds and really understanding who I am and what's going on and what am I struggling with. And I found relief. And then after some time, after about 6 years of really good peace and balance and everything, I ended up getting married in a very toxic relationship. And of course, I didn't realize it at the time, but as a result of that, a lot of my life had spiraled out of control again. But I remembered that oath that I made to Allah, that, oh Allah, if you show me a better way, I promise you I will find it, and I will implement it, and I will live in that way to find the relief that you've guaranteed to me. And I do believe that Allah has guaranteed for each and every one of us relief if and when we believe that Allah has a solution for us. We believe that He will guide us, and we give an oath that we will fulfill it. And so if you are feeling like, yes, it sounds nice and I wish I feel better and I hope I feel better, but I just don't know if it'll actually work. The worst that can happen is that it not work. But the best that it can happen is it transform your life and that you be ushered into a new period of peace and joy and serenity and happiness that you've not even expected. You know, I'll tell you, if you had told me, my 7-year-old self, how joyous I'm able to feel now and the true joy in life that I'm experiencing, I don't think I would have believed it possible. But the reality is, it is possible for those who walk the path. So, my goal in terms of this survey is to reach 50 Muslims struggling with bipolar, depression, and anxiety, to reach out to the community, because I know what I've experienced. But in order to help others, I need to hear from you what you've been experiencing. So even if you're skeptical, even if you're not sure, please, I encourage you to take this survey and pass it on to those who could benefit, because there is healing possible. The first step to getting it, though, is to believe that Allah wills it for us. And so with that, I ask that you take a moment and fill out the survey, and inshallah be connected with your own relief for the struggles that you're facing. My name is Omar Rashid. My peace and blessings upon you. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.